Hello everybody, this is thejonnymar, and welcome to my second part of Kirby's Adventure. Co-op with, of course, my good friend Nakusoo.
Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a great day. I'm glad to be back and doing some more commentary with Johnny on this game. It's been an awesome time and I'm really having a lot of fun with it.
I am as well. And we are on, well, not on, we are in the second world of Kirby's Adventure, which I do not remember the name of, but I think you corrected me and told me it was Ice Cream World or Ice Cream Planet or Ice Cream... What is it? Ice Cream Island?
Ice Cream Land, I think, or Island.
It has way to go, Knack. You told me, you corrected me, and now we're both looking like fools because neither of us know what the title of it is. Well, anyone out there who wants to correct us, that is absolutely fine. We are both, of course, with egg on our face, but that is fine. We are professionals, so don't try this at home, viewers. But anyway, one of the things that is most notable about this, to me, are these stupid and annoying little coconut bombs. And for whatever the reason, HAL Laboratories likes to bring those back in later Kirby games. And it is just something I cannot learn to avoid. So I don't know about you, Knack, but whenever I see those things, I'm like, oh, I should totally avoid those stupid coconut bombs, and then get nailed with it right in the frickin' face.
Yeah, usually when you see those coconuts, there's like an umbrella nearby, like you see right there. Or I usually just like to fly over it. I did see those in other games. I think they made some appearances in Zelda games, and I definitely know they were in the Super Princess Peach video I did.
Oh, really? So it's like a cross-platform kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing anyway from them.
Huh. Wow. So it's a Nintendo thing then. That's interesting. And this area here is I got my awesome sword power up. You know, I always feared when I first played this that, you know, wispy woods would start popping up in the background there with the big trees, but thankfully they did not. And we are already through the first level. That was pretty quick, and hey, I actually got a 1-up. Don't get used to that. I am not good at timing that stupid little end game. I almost always get a 2 or a 3, which just gives you silly points. Do you know if in this game you get points, like 1-ups for points or anything like that?
From what I can tell, you don't, though. You know, don't quote me on that. Most of the time, like this mini game right here, the A catcher, I think if you get all of it, you get 1-ups, but you just get points normally.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard here, and oh, dang it. Well, I got 3,000 points. King DDD there. Kind of looks like he's flipping me off, but probably not. I'm assuming he's not doing that. He's probably waving or something like that. This is a kid's game after all. But I guess you never know. And we kind of went right over it, but this game also, I think, I'm not sure it was in World 1, but there was the bombs too. Like those bombs that drop from the ceiling and do like the complete explosion on the screen. And like those always bother me too. Like I always get hit by those, except I think I learned now that if you're airborne when it hits the ground, I don't think it actually hits you. Do you have a sense of kind of the timing on that?
Not really. I'm not sure if you're in the air, can the explosion radius still hurt you?
It's possible. Like I said, I'm not an expert on it, but here we got the wheel enemy, which I never understood this power. It's such a weird power. It's that,
yeah.
You know, the speed power, and they do a good job for the most part setting it up and like having levels where it's like you have to use it to like get across stuff and things like that. But it's a Kirby game, and so you can float in any level and get through it, so whatever. It's weird. Second mini-boss, I think, after the bomb guy in the last world. Oh, wait. No, actually, I fought that walrus, too. And there's tons of mini-bosses in this game.
I forgot his name. I used to know his name, too, when I played a lot, but there is the wheel. I always thought the wheel was pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really have anything more as a practical use getting over certain points, like you said. And you almost died right there.
I know, that would have been embarrassing. Well, and I know, like, I think some of the secrets in the game, which, as I mentioned in the last episode, I am not an expert on the secrets or anything like that, but I think when my wife and I played it originally, some of the secrets are directly based around having like the wheel power and being able to like cross like a really narrow platform to get to like an opening that you can't otherwise and stuff like that. So I think they do a good job of trying to set that up, but it's just like it's so impatient and it's like I don't want to have to mess around with that stuff in this game. I just want to get out there and suck up powers and kill stuff and have fun as Kirby.
Oh, you have another crane fever?
Yeah, the crane fever again. And you know what I'm going for. Gotta go for Big Kirby. See if we can pull it off.
Sort of like the plushie Kirby you have.
Oh, that is exactly what the plush looks like. Although it's much bigger, it would not fit in one of those claw games. It's like I mentioned, the size of a basketball. It is awesome, my Kirby plush. Ugh.
Aw.
Oh, dang it. I could smell 4 lives there. Oh well. 2-up's still pretty good.
Pretty hard to get a, die to get a game over on this game.
Well, don't be jinxing me now. If I can do it, I will do it. And I think I actually, in this episode, I'm going to die a couple of times from what I remember from the recording. Especially against this stupid boss. Not looking forward to that, but we'll get to that eventually. So we left off last time. We were talking a little bit about, we talked about our favorite powers in the Kirby series. And I mentioned I like the sword and also the, what is it called? Fireball, I think. And then you mentioned that you liked the ice power, which is pretty cool. And then we also talked a little bit about, we saw the introduction of Meta Knight, which I think is the first time Meta Knight made an appearance in any of the games. And we didn't really have time to talk about Meta Knight. And so I've heard some theories about Meta Knight, kind of what he is and stuff like that. But I did want to pick your brain a little bit and kind of get your view on what Meta Knight is. Is he a friend? Is he your foe? And kind of, through your experience with the games or just talking to people or whatever, kind of what you think about Meta Knight.
About Meta Knight, this is mostly from what I read, so it may not all be accurate, but I'm pretty sure it is. He is a Star Warrior. I think it was in the anime they listed him as that, which, a lot of people don't like the anime while others like it. It's kind of weird. They change a lot of stuff from the game because the game and the anime are way different in terms of a lot of things, such as I don't think Kirby can speak in any of the games from what I can tell, but in the anime he speaks, even saying some words.
Wow.
And
that's gotta be really weird.
Yeah, it is really weird. That's why some people dislike it. Like, Meta Knight has a voice actor that's kind of weird. I don't know why it's like a accent in anime, at least for the English one. And apparently apparently he's related to Kirby, not as in, the same sense of being a brother, but as the race. I believe they did confirm that he is the same race as Kirby.
Yeah. What's kind of cool about the Dream Collection for the Wii is I think they have a couple episodes of the anime on there. So I've never actually seen the anime, but I'm definitely, now that you've kind of talked about it a little bit, I'm going to have to check it out just to see kind of what it's like. But the idea of Kirby talking, oh my goodness, that is like so freaky.
I mean, not like actual words, more like saying certain words and like talking in baby speak, since he is, I think, a baby.
Huh. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna blow my mind to see that. Even like you said, if it's just very limited, because it's like in all the games they've kind of made it clear that he doesn't really say anything. He kind of pantomimes or he like moves his hands and stuff like that to kind of communicate. And of course he eats.
Oh, definitely. He likes his food.
If he could get away with it, he would just eat everything. He would eat himself out of house and home, I think. So what is this? Oh, museum. So we have the laser ability, which I think this is the first time in the game you have access to it. And I guess you can bounce it off slopes.
Oh, yeah, you can. That is really useful. I think it's only in certain parts, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be certain surfaces. And I think some of the puzzles are actually set up that way, too. Like, to use... And I already lost it. I'm so bad at this game sometimes. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Oh, well. And... like I said, with the boss fight in this game, I hit a point of just frustration, because we'll get to that, you know, we'll get there eventually. But that's a good segue. You know, we're gonna have the second boss in this area. The first boss, almost in every Kirby game, it seems like, is Wispy Woods. But then they changed things up a little bit with this game, and the boss is a little bit different, although it's reminiscent of some characters in some other Kirby games. But you know, it brings to mind like what favorite bosses there are. And so, you know, that's something we could talk about. So Nak, do you kind of have a favorite boss from the series? It can be from this game or just from any of the games in the series in general.
I like the last boss, Marks and Kirby Superstar, because the boss is a little bit different. I think in the remake for the DS version, it gives you more of a movie cutscene and a little bit more story, but basically the last boss tricks you to recover some things, and he makes the moon and sun fight, and after you make a wish, I'm not going to spoil it too much since, you know, in case others want to play it, you basically get betrayed and he's going to be the last boss, and you go through a lot of cool instances where you have to fix up the galaxy, I guess you can say, on some planets, and then fight him all the way at the end.
Yeah, I played Kirby Superstar, but I totally do not remember that at all. Yeah, and that one, you know, I'm eventually going to get to that, playing through all of the... Ooh, and we get the Mike power-up. Which is interesting that they named it Mike as in the name Mike, instead of, you know,
I'm wondering why they did that.
Yeah, maybe they didn't think people at this time would have known what MIC meant. Mick? Maybe it was something to do with Mickey or something? I don't know. And I think he actually pulls out, you know, in the later versions, he like pulls out the actual mic stand. And this is where you can actually use the laser power, but I'm dumb. And I killed the laser guy, but I don't think there was a way. Well, no, I could have got rid of the mic probably by just ejecting him. But see, he pulled out the little mic stand there too. Which is so awesome that they have the little touches like that in this game. You know, this was the first kind of full Kirby game, and they were already setting the groundwork for cool stuff like that. That is so cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I think this was one of the later or last of the Nintendo games that came out. I know this game came out later, so that's why, you know, it's a really nice looking game for a Nintendo game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the graphics are amazing, and the color palette is pretty awesome, you know, for a Nintendo game. And so I definitely could see that. Like, I never played it on the Nintendo. My time with the NES was so limited in terms of what I was able to play. So I think as a kid, this would have just been, like, this would have literally blown my mind as a kid, just with how much they added in it and all of the cool stuff that they kind of brought to the forefront. And now we got another kind of unique mini game that they've taken and used in later games to a certain extent, and that's the arena. But I've got my laser here. I'm just going to shoot him over and over again, and hopefully avoid his little ice blocks. I don't really get the idea of this, like what you get out of it. I'm not even sure you get anything out of it. I don't remember.
I believe you get his power and, you know, some extra health if you need it.
Yeah. So you got to be good at actually killing him, which I was okay, I guess, but... Alright, so we'll go into Ice Cream Island. We can officially claim there it said Ice Cream Island, so that is what it is called. And I will show off Nak's favorite power here, the ice again.
Yay!
But now I lost it because I'm terrible at Kirby. So sorry, Nak. Please don't hurt me. I didn't mean to lose it. But they've got these cannons, and it starts the stupid thing. They like to add the parasols to crap. And so, like, they had the cannons coming down on parasols. That is... Whoa. What was that? Did you see that?
Yeah, it's when you suck up 2 powers, you can have a random chance to get any power in the game, I think.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool thing that they add a small touch like that.
Yeah, it's like in Mario World, you know, when they had the rotating power blocks that you would have to hit like at a certain time to get a certain power, and then it would change. I don't know if you remember that from that game or not.
Oh yeah, that was one of the favorite things. I always tried to get the star for the most part.
Yeah, the star was always the thing to go for. And now one of my least favorite powers in the Kirby series, the high jump. I don't even sure. Yeah, I can't even activate it. Look at that. I keep doing the stupid blow up instead of... Ugh, and then I lose it. God dang it. Why do I suck?
The high jump is alright. I think they improve it a little bit later on in the series. But right now it's kind of
Well, and... Ugh. God dang it. Second death. Miss, it says. But yeah, no, and they're gonna sync it up. They're gonna force you to have to use it. That's what they like to do in this game. So like whenever you first acquire the power in any of the levels, they make a little puzzle that you have to use it for. And so I know in a little bit I'm gonna have to get a high jump power and actually use it. Which is good and bad. I mean, that's cool that they kind of use it as a tutorial, but I don't like to be forced to have to use certain powers since I like some of them a lot more than the others, but oh well.
Yeah, I definitely can see what you mean by having to use a power when you have like an awesome one that you love already.
Yeah, and then they force you to switch to something else. So here's where you kind of need it. I mean, you can still get through it without it, but you know, they're obviously setting it up that you're supposed to use the high jump power. And I think there's actually some bosses in the later games that you only can harm with the high jump power. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I think there's a fight with a Krako type creature in a later Kirby. It might be Kirby's Return to Dreamland, where you have to use the high jump power basically to hurt him. But that, I could be making that up. I'm not 100% sure about that or not.
I think in Superstar, it might be not Superstar, it might be Squeak Squad. I know it's in one Kirby game that they give you the high jump, and you know, in order to actually beat it, you would have to use it, but you don't have to use it, but you know, it makes things a lot easier.
Sure. So here we have the Warp Star Station. So this game sets it up that if you want to go back to the previous worlds, replay... Well, I don't know if you can replay the levels or not. I don't think you can. But here's the boss on stupid roller skates. But you can go back and get powers and stuff like that because they have the museums with these certain characters. So obviously with this boss, you have to suck up stuff and shoot it back at him. And I'm okay at that, but not okay at that. And then you have to dodge them. And we have little cars, we have little Waddle Dees, we have stupid little clouds with lightning bolts coming off of it.
Oh, those are clouds.
Yes.
I thought they were like flying noses.
No, those are clouds. There's a Waddle Dee again. And if I'm calling something the incorrect name, you feel free to correct me. I just always assumed that was called a Waddle Dee.
No, you're correct. The one with the beam is a Waddle Doo.
Okay. There's a bomb. Ow.
It's always hard to judge where he's going to jump.
Yeah. Well, and then some of these, like, I think... I'm gonna die here soon, I know. Not to spoil anything. But I totally screwed this fight up big time. But yeah, I learned during the second time I have to fight the idiot that he'll actually shoot stuff like off the walls and stuff. And you mentioned, like when I was talking to you before, Nak, that there's actually like a safe spot that you've discovered in this fight. Like right there! See the stupid car!
I didn't expect the car to turn around like that.
I totally didn't either, and that's why it totally got me, and that's what I'm going with. And here I was stupid. I could have went and got the laser power and just beat this guy down instantly, but no, I had to go right back into the fight because I was freaking on tilt, as they call it in poker or in pool, when you get beat really bad and you just go back in when you're like super upset and you end up playing horrible. I was like on tilt and I was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna beat him. and I end up having to just fight him with his stupid little things shooting at me, which made this fight go much longer than usual. But yeah, there's a point apparently that you discovered that is kind of a safe spot in here.
Yeah, it's towards the top corners on each side. If you fly up there, he's not able to hit you, but you know, you still want to get away before he actually draws the painting, because whatever the painting is, it'll follow you.
Yeah. Yeah, and his timing is so tricky, because he'll like come right at you, and oh no, it's a Kirby!
That'd be cool if he could get hurt by the Kirby.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, like if the Kirby can suck you up or something like that. And I have a vague memory of that in one of the Kirby games too, that you have to fight like a clone. Is that something? Bam! But that is the end of this episode, viewers, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. And you can say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.